I will really like this stream. So at the moment I'm not sure even if I'm okay. Hello my friends. I think I was speaking before, but I think it wasn't online. So right now, as I said before, I was here, wasn't online. I'm about to do some streaming of how I'm working in Unity and what I'm actually doing here. I will be working on my short movie, Haste on Alpha, and I will be showing some of my workflows and do some things in live. This stream will be pretty slow, and we want. It's not prepared. I don't have anything prepared, so as I'm working at the moment. Anything that I have prepared for this scene that I will be doing today is some internals. It's a pretty simple model. You can see it's a pretty simple model made in 3D Studio Max, and it is only each should represent entrance in a metro station. So I'm not creating a whole level like I would do when doing some video games, but I'm just creating some kind of a set, a video set. And I made this simple scene with just walls and the stairs. Idea is that the car will come from this stair, from here, then enter inside this corridor, and then turn to the right. It's a short scene, and at the end it will be something like a few seconds of the movie. So I don't have anything here. Actually, I have only some models. I have assigned a few materials, but they are empty materials. They're just for like placeholders. One material for a floor, one material for walls, one material for ceiling, and nothing else. Everything else will be added later in Unity. So I will export this as export selected. Export in that folder where I have my project in Unity. So let's see. Okay. Metro station. Let's give it name metro station. Simple. And now we have here this metro station. So let's, yeah, this is okay. This is my scene that I've made before from the same movie, and in this case I will create a new scene. And add a metro station here. We'll keep it right now at the scene. Right now I have to check only my scales. I'm usually creating one simple cube. I can see that my metro station wasn't imported as it should be, and I will go to scale factor and say something like 2 10. Let's say 10. I'm not working. I didn't model anything in real size, so it's like, yeah, but usually it is 25.5. It worked in max max units. So right now we have here our cube, and this should be about 1 meter. So maybe we can make it bigger. In this case, as we are not working in VR or something like that, I will try to scale things as I'm thinking that they look better. So it's not about exactly. Okay. So this can be okay. After importing, I will set my camera here, and as this is a movie, I will try not to. Oh my god, I have some problems here on exporter. But yeah, we can fix it later. As this isn't a real, this isn't a game. I usually want to use some pretty mm, smaller field of view. In a game, you usually use something like 60, 50, but in cinema, you can use some smaller end of view. So right now, for this scene, we have to set some profiles for lighting, for Unity. I'm mostly using here. I'm mostly using. I'm here. Here I'm using HDRP rendering pipeline. So it actually requires creating some profiles, and I will create here a new profile because this one is a standard profile that is assigned automatically, and it really if you make some changes here when you restart your scene, you will lose everything. So I will create, go here and create a new profile, and start adding here some overrides. I will also create a new profile for sky and fog. And right now you can see that I don't have any light. Everything is black. So one of the first things that I'm using adding is exposure. I will be using manual exposure, fixed exposure, and I will be adding some this is on sky and fog, and I will be adding some fog just to give some turn everything here on. Why I need fog? Actually, in some scene like this, we don't need fog that any light that is in a scene can be cast some glow. So I have automatically Unity adds a direction light, but I won't be needing any direction light because this is an underground scene. And I will place just one simple point light just for a moment so that I can light a little bit this scene. And this is something like that. I will set its range to be bigger so that we can see the effects of this light. And also, as I have said that I'm using volumetric light, I can enable shadow maps and contour maps. Okay. Shadow maps will give us some kind of thing, and volumetrics we can add some multiplier, but at the moment I don't see any. Probably because my fog is okay. Volumetric fog wasn't activated. So you can see right now that when I activate volumetric fog, I will have some nice effect. So when I move this right, volumetric fog will follow a little bit the same. So this is one of the first steps, and yeah, we can say okay, there isn't happening anything especially important, but here we will add a little bit of light. I want some kind of red light here. So next step will be to refine a little bit those materials. As I like to use really very much custom shaders, so I don't like to use too many. I like to make some things that can be also procedural. So in this case, I will try to make some simple procedural shader and simple. And I'm not sure if I should use amplified shader or yeah, I'll be using amplified shader. So we have here, yeah, we have here 3 materials in this mesh, but as you see, I'm unable to edit those materials. So I will have to go into my model and pick on materials and extract materials. So when I extract all those materials, I will have my I will be able to edit those materials. What I want here is to add these walls should have some kind of graffiti. So I'll be adding here on the wall base map graffiti texture. You can see it here. So this will, but I also want to scale this text a little bit. So I will go here and say 0.5 and 0.5. Okay. So this will pull some diffuse lighting. But because this scene is see what is going. Okay, you will see that because of specular lighting, I won't be able to have any. We don't see almost anything here. So one of the tricks that I'm using in this case, for example, I will take this graffiti image, duplicate it. It's a fast way to do. Say that this is a normal map and the texture shape is 2D, and I will take create from grayscale. Right now you can see here we are getting simple bump normal map, but I will also try to, yeah, this effect should be a pretty subtle. So I will, and now I can add it here as a graffiti. I like this trigger because it's a fast and dirty trick, but it adds some life to textures. And another thing that I can do here, alpha source from a grayscale. I will set that it has an alpha source. And I will click apply. So in theory, this should give us a possibility to okay. Yeah, we can add here a mask map and just remap all those values to another values. So you can see here result is go here and just change it a little bit. Yeah, at the moment probably this light is too red. Red isn't difficult to. So I will change it to something a little bit more colored. No. Okay, change it. I will change it like this. And I will go here and add some color to it. And now we have to. And I'm pretty fine with this kind of lighting. It is more or less what I want. But now I have some bigger problems with not bigger problems, but I have to add some kind of a texture on the floor. So let's go to floor material, and here I will try any, because I already have here many maps in this scene. I would try something that is called like something like noise, something like this, or this, yeah. No, base map, I will keep it. Get some kind of an asphalt map. Okay, yeah, like this. This is a good asphalt map in this case. Smoothness, bring it down to 0. And I will add here a mask map that will be my noise map. Noise. I will take this kind of. No. Let's see what fits better. thank you. It's strange because let's see. Thank you, Gaspang. Let's see. Does this helps a little bit? I'm afraid that it's maybe streaming, but can you? Does it work now better? Okay, great. So let's see. So we have here this, and I will use the same principle as before. I'll try to remap those values and to, but it's not okay. I think that we'll have to go to some custom shaders. Okay, yeah, this should be better. So what I want here is that I want to simulate some kind of water, but I will have probably to put here a little bit more, and this should give me some better reflections. But of course, right now I have to also add some kind of normal map, and I have already some normal maps like a noise normal map or something like that, and I will bring it down. So yeah, you are saying Deckard with render. Yeah, I will be adding Deckard, but not yet, because I want to first I want to make my scene, and then I will be adding it, just to add some kind of a more filmic feel to it. So yeah, I have also to fix this seating, and here I will be search some concrete. Okay, this concrete could go well, or we can even change some, search for some yeah, concrete. Well, okay, this concrete. Okay, this concrete is pretty nice. Duplicate this one, and I will do the same fixed as before, like creating some kind of a bump map from it. Yeah, normal map, so we can see it here. Let's fix some tiling like that, add some smoothness, just to add some okay, now let's say 50505. Not too much smoothness, and then I will place always this thing and try to add some kind of to fix those issues with reflection. So as we have this scene, I will add some kind of post-processing effects. What I want here is a little bit off. Yeah, we will search for screen space reflection. it is already enabled, but yeah. So we can fix here some problems that we had a little bit before. You can see this kind of shadowing. It shouldn't be there. So yeah, this is a, and yeah, let's try to set that ceiling to something a little bit darker. I think it should fit. It should fit the scene. So one of the things, okay, yeah. Then I want to add some light planar reflection probe. Planar reflection probes are pretty good, but they're a little bit heavy in Unity. So in Unity, they are heavy because they require you to render 2 times the whole scene. But in my case, it isn't a problem because I will be using completely. Yeah, I can real time. I'm not going to use real time graphics. I only have to render this thing in 1 second in post processing. So let's see here. What can we do to improve this scene? So we have a little bit of this. Then I will be adding a little bit of ambient occlusion. Intensity, radius, quality. I'm turning everything here on. Intensity. So it will give me a little bit of feeling of dirt in the scene, like here. I think that my floor material, I think that it isn't greatest at the moment. So I will try to remap a little bit this. Okay, I will try to remap this smoothness in this way. Now, let's see, and let's see how can we do it. At the end, maybe I will have to make some kind of. Okay, yeah, this is probably better. Yeah. Let's change this mask map to something more. Huh. Sometimes I'm just going like this, trying any textures that I see that can fit for any reason. I don't know. If there are textures that are noisy, they might be nice and cool to use, but no, I can't find any. Yeah, I'll come back to this later. Let's see. Smoothness, no. This is pretty. Yeah, I would like here a little bit more of. Okay, yeah, this no. This doesn't. Yeah, I think I will have to change those. Well, another way could be that I could use here I won't be using lead, standard lead, but no. Okay, I'll be switching here to standard speckle color. So with the speckle color I have more control about the procedurality of this thing. It's too much. Yeah. Sometimes you have also to move a light a little bit to understand what is really going on. But yeah, here I'm not. Huh. Yeah, I have some kind of. Here's some strange behavior here. Okay, this is the ceiling. Okay. So let's try to. Okay. So now I will try to bring everything to the lights that I wanted. That I actually want. And from this side of a thing I will put something like red, and then on the other side I will put something like more like bluish, or maybe white but bluish, and I will turn off this multiplier and I will bring up a little bit of because actually I want this scene to be seen from this angle, and more or less like this. And then I will be adding Decker Render, because Decker Render is my plugin. It works pretty fine on this kind of things. Don't switch, I'm using HDRP, and I'll change here a little bit of aperture. Yeah, and I can see right now that I forgot to activate on this object when importing colliders. So I will set here that I want some colliders, and right now Decker should render correctly field of view. Yeah, it is. But this scene to me right now looks pretty dim. So one of the things that I can do here is to add a little bit of volumetric of global lighting. I'll create one point light, place it here, somewhere here, and see how it behaves in a scene. Yeah. So like that. And I will set it to be also red. But I want to simulate global lighting. So shadow map. And I will add here Deckard soft light, and I will say that this light is a little bit bigger. something like that, and to turn it around. So this kind of light will illuminate my scene a little bit more by adding some more lighting, some reflections. But spot, I'll switch it a little bit to a spot area. No. Let's see, what can we do here? Yeah. Turn it on like this. Yeah, I have to fix this floor. This floor is absolutely not what I want here. So let's go to a floor. Yeah. Point light. I'll rotate this because I want a little bit of more light on this side of the scene, so that we can see more of this part of the scene. So it will illuminate. Okay, here. Also in Decker, I will set a little bit more of the quality so that I can see really how this light behaves. So it's 24 should be going well. And right now, I think I'm going more to a result that the results that I need. And also I will set my intensity to something bigger. Set color temperature. Color temperature is really important in when working on lighting. Because color temperature gives that feeling of behavior of real light. So yeah, let's see. Let's move this here and move this somewhere here. And I don't want anymore this light to illuminate too much, but I will bring it a little bit up so that it illuminates only this in this kind of way. Yeah, I have to fix really this floor. Let's see. How can we fix it? Yeah, sometimes I'm trying something that I'm not sure how it works or how it behaves, because oh yeah, we could go probably something like this. I'm not sure if I like it, but yeah, probably I do. So you'll see here that I have a point light, but actually this shouldn't be a point light. It's always better to avoid point lights when you really don't need them. and just use them more for a moment of creation, because it's easier to use them and to see how light behaves. But then again, when you go with the light, for example, okay, I'm almost always switching then to spotlight. So you will see that because it's easier to, right now it's easier to fix, to make it behave as a point light by switching this inner angle and outer angle. Yeah, like this. Something like that, I think it. Yeah, maybe we can say that the intensity is a little bit more, I think. Yeah. Gas bank, sorry, I read only right now. I would like to test Decker with the new RTX video cars as soon as I get one, you know. Right now, I don't know even where to buy it. As you probably know, RTX cards are at the moment completely out of stock. So when they will be available, and when they'll be available at normal prices, I will have to wait. I don't know. Also, as you probably read, some of the newest RTX cards have some problems with the chips related to the power management. So many cards that aren't NVIDIA, produced by NVIDIA, that aren't a Founders Edition, actually have this problem with current, where manufacturers didn't know that they had to use really costly components, and they changed those components to something that costs less. So some of those cards are getting big crashes and are going to simply crash because because card doesn't get enough voltage, and this is a pretty problematic thing. I hope that it, of course, it can be solved by changing some things in BIOS, but in firmware of a card. But it means that they probably won't be able to be overclocked and things like that. Of course, I'm not suggesting to overclock. I'm never overclocking my cards. But you know, but you always want to have a headroom to have a stability, you know. So you think the current safe RTX cards is enough? No, I don't think. Especially when you're working for this kind of thing, like movie production, you have to you need a really big amount of memory. So yeah, maybe with 2080 Ti, but I know that even that one isn't fast enough when you come to ray trace, if you're using ray trace. So I had too many I had really big amount of crashes when using RTX, and I also have big problems with the memory usage, because RTX like technology is pretty memory intensive. So I don't know. It's like I think that new cards will solve this problem really in a big way. I think we will have to wait and see. Like for example, and I hope also that they will work much better in Deckard render, because I was working. I remember when I went from what it was, 1080 Ti to 2080 Ti. It was incredible how Deckard was faster. It was almost 2 or 3 times faster than on 1080 Ti. So I think that it will be also with this new generation. It will have a big leap forward. But without testing it, who knows? I'm really not. I don't have idea. So yeah, I will come back to this thing. Right now, yeah, we can see resolution. I want ultra, so that I can see it better. And as you probably see, I have some problems in setting this light. So I will just simply do another thing. I will take this light and duplicate it and place it over here, so that I can have 2 lights that are illuminating my scene, because I want some more light on these stairs. Yeah, like this. And this light doesn't have any need for... Oh, sorry. I forgot to switch. So I set another light here. Let's see if we can place it somewhere where we can get some nicer effects. And also I will duplicate this light and probably move it a little bit here, because I want more of this wall to be seen. Yeah, I also have here this material that I don't like, and it shouldn't be like that. So I will push it down a little bit like this, and smoothness here. Okay, smoothness like that. Oh yeah, yeah. Actually, idea was like that. Like I was, feels like a scene from the Irreversible. Yeah. Actually, I was going in this kind of tunnel metro entrance, and I thought, oh, this scene would be perfect for a car that goes into a metro and goes down the stairs. Because I never saw in any film a scene like that, so I hope that I'm the first one to. Okay, so yeah, because you can see right now that I'm fighting with this floor, and I don't like it. So I will do another trick. because I don't want to make this shader for a scene that is only few seconds. I will do another stupid trick, that is, I will set my floor to be completely diffuse. Okay. Base map. Why I'm not seeing this base map? I don't understand this thing. Okay. Normal map. Okay, a little bit of normal. Oh, okay, because it's like this. No. Okay, so I will turn off this mask map. Yeah, this is probably the best idea. And I will turn down this light. Wait, why? Ah, speckle. No, standard. Okay. So I will, yeah, and I will add here a simple plane that is much easier to do. 3D object, quad, okay, something like a quad, and let's move it. Yeah, I have to move it a little bit in the center of the scene. And I will, where is this? Okay, here is the quad. I will rotate it a little bit like this, and then I will scale it. Let's close for a moment Deckard render so it's a little bit faster. So we can see here my quad. It's just simple plane. I will take it, bring it a little bit up, scale it, and create new material. Reflection water, okay, and I will assign this material to my quad. But now, what can I do here? I can add here base map and add noise map. Let's say this noise that I used before, and say that I want to use alpha clipping. So with an alpha clipping, I can simply say that I want to bring this, how much of this noise I want to use, and I will set here metallic and smoothness to maximum. So this one can be pretty easy and fast way to, yeah, let's move it a little bit here. Okay, I think that it should be okay. Let's move it a little bit up. Okay, something like that. So in this way I can have this kind of a reflection that I wanted from the start, without too many hassle. Yeah, of course it's cheating. Yeah, you always have to cheat. 3D is about cheating. Everything is cheating. So yeah, of course, if you're doing something like VR and you're trying to make a scene in virtual reality, then you probably won't do this. But also many times things like that can be pretty efficient also in VR or in other or in games. Because if you look right now on the floor, so it's like no, it's not so. It's not, yeah, because of reflections right now. It's not so great, but it also isn't horrible, you know. But as we are making a movie, I want it to be this way. I think that it can work. Also, right now I can also add a little bit of smoothness to a floor, just to give it some. Oh, this no. I hate this normal map. Why I put this one? Yeah, I will put some another asphalt. I have probably this asphalt on this or this. Yeah, no, this one. But yeah, probably it's better. Yeah, be controlling. Okay, and yes, of course, and I have to, on this one, I have to set that the base color is black, smoothness. Yeah, it could be even better, but okay. We don't have any problems about this. Let's see if one thing that I don't understand, it looks like this. Okay, no, it has effect. Okay. So let's see, box size per axis. No, okay. Okay, now this should be okay. And you can see here that whole scene is being rendered when you have a planar reflection. Brown, how are you liking HDRP? Well, actually, for many things it is a great, but probably the main problem right now at the moment is that HDRP isn't yet a finished project. So it's always in the experimental version of a tool, of a rendering engine. So it can give some problems. It gives a much better quality and some things that that were missing from previous versions of Unity work now in HDRP. But I think that we will have to wait few iterations, and mostly probably with ray trace and things like that. But it uses all the new technologies, so I hope that it will be really powerful in few next versions of Unity. I had few problems with HDRP, mostly when I worked on my seascape, because one of the main problems is that HDRP changes all the time, and it comes from one version to another version, and you are breaking, it breaks compatibility. But most users don't understand that if when you are trying HDRP, you are working with an experimental feature. So you are, when I made Seascape, that is a plugin for creating cities that uses really complex shaders, I spent almost 1.5 years in trying to adopt it to HDRP, And as I did that, new version of HDRP was coming out, and it didn't work, and it always broke, and it always breaks. So for that reason, maybe it's like making a movie in HDRP is a perfect tool for doing these kind of things, because you don't have to rebuild or make new versions of your game and things like that. If you are at the first days of making your video game, then you can use it, because you will have time to refine and to wait. But in the case when you are dealing with something that is much more complex, it can be pretty problematic. So and the other thing that probably right now is a problematic, that you can't make at the moment image effects, and I'm mostly working with image effects and things like that. Fortunately, I was able to override this in the Deckard plugin by using some tricks and things that probably aren't most optimized, but they are only way to make it work. So for example, Deckard, you can use those image effects, but not every image effect. So let's see. Well, HDRP is out of preview, but if you want to use RTX, it's not. Because RTX works on DirectX 12, and DirectX 12 is still an experimental feature. So yeah, for example, in this project I'm using HDRP, but I'm not using RTX. In some other projects that I'm working on, I'm using RTX, and it works really well. It is it's incredible how some things can be made, but it always has some kind of stability issues. But it's not even so much on Unity. It's mostly on problem of hardware itself. So, but I'm still using 2080, not TI, 2080. So I'm hoping that with the new graphics card, this shouldn't be a real problem anymore. So yeah. Yeah, Brownie, that's right. Let's see. I need one moment just to touch because I'm using wireless microphone, and I'm seeing that the battery is almost done. So guys, forgive me, this is my first time that I'm doing this kind of thing, and but I'm planning, if this goes well, I'm planning to do it almost every night. Well, at least when I'm working on this kind of thing. So because this is the first time that I'm doing, I wasn't really prepared to do something so long. I was thinking that, yeah, I have to find some kind of yeah, where to attach my microphone. See, yeah, I have to find a cable. And every cable in this house is USB mini type C to mini type C. Where is some... Oh my god. Yeah, nothing. I think that I'm unable to find it. So I would say that for today I'm done, and tomorrow I will continue on this scene and let's see how it works and what it does. I hope you liked it, and give me some comments and likes if you like it, if you don't like it. And thank you really much. You're a great company. So see you tomorrow. Bye.